still remember this tune that Mama Lala taught me. She said, son, keep this in your heart for as long as it's there. Can nobody make you forget who you came from. Forget. I spent a lifetime trying not to forget, worked so hard, didn't have much time to be dilly-dallying about the past. But lately, these memories have become too damn painful. So I decided to tell my story. Now, it's one you might not have heard of before. Ain't what these history books be fixing up on you. You know, white hat, white horse, white face. You see, I'm a cowboy. I spent most of my days mending fences, riding them crazy broncs, and driving those longhorns up them trails. See, because out here, horse and cattle don't care what color a person is. Don't give a hoot as long as you can rope and ride. And the trail boss, boy, I ain't got no time to be listening to all that rigmarole about a person's skin color. All he cares about is that you have enough grit to stay in that saddle and get his cattle to market. But pardon me, where are my manners? Let me introduce myself. My name is Blue, just Blue. Hell, I don't have a last name that I know of. I don't even know the year I was born. Now, Mama Lala, the woman who raised and took care of me, says it was sometime around that big gold rush out there in California, 1845. That should tell you something. See, the place I was born on was called the McLaughlin Plantation, right on the northwestern part of Louisiana. The Sabine River separated Texas from Louisiana. There I was a slave. Was dark as molasses, had hair like a buffalo, ran away from Louisiana, where he watched his folks get sold. He was angry, oh yeah, he was scared, so he stole the master's stud horse and rode into the west. There is freedom for the taking if your will is hard and strong. Breaking stock and bending fences, whoa, rounding up those wild longhorns. I was angry, oh yeah, I was scared, but I tried to settle down, Lord, and live like a man. Bring it down. A storm was brewing somewhere way back east. They say brothers fighting brother, gonna set those darkies free like me. I was angry, oh yeah, I was scared, 'cause I knew those old slave owners would soon be coming here. Now, Mama Lala She raised us little kids on the plantation. She said, boy, you better turn your nappy head around when I'm talking to you. You an uppity little color boy, aren't you? Now, you know those slave owners on the road at night. They got your name in a book, boy. I said, Mama Lila, what am I supposed to do? She said, listen up. You listening? You better wait till the moon is full up in the sky. Go up on that stable way up high. You better grab that big red stud horse. You know the horse master's prize horse. That's the one. You're gonna climb up on his back, yeah, and dig your heels in his side. And Blue, you're gonna ride, no, now you're gonna ride. Yeah, you're gonna get up on the back of that horse, boy. You're gonna ride that river over yonder. You're gonna go to your freedom, you hear me? You ain't never gonna come back to this plantation. You better ride, Blue. You better ride, Blue. You better ride, Blue. I said, Blue, you better ride. Blue was dark as molasses, had hair like a buffalo, ran away from Louisiana, where he watched his folks get sold. Blue was angry, oh yeah, he was scared, so he stole the master's stud horse and rode into the West. Mama said a white man be coming in that morning, gonna drag Big Daddy away. Soon as to the next farm, gonna breed him to the slaves there. Guess that's where he's gonna stay. They took baby sister up to that big house, learn her to cook and mend their things. Sometimes in the late night, underneath that staircase, sister rocks herself to sleep. They say there's an old man who take across
cross that river. Nobody knows his name. Sometime around the full moon, you better make it to that river and hide along the bank till he whispers your name. Cross that river.
The dogs caught a runaway down on that South Fork. Mama said it's gonna be okay, but we just heard that man screaming till the early dawn. Now, Lord, it kept us all away. I know there's a free place way across that river where those wild ponies run and play. One day I'm gonna get there, if it takes me a lifetime of being a slave.
They say there's an old man who take you across that river. Nobody knows his name. Sometime around the full moon, you better make it to that river. Hide along the bank till it whispers your name. Cross that river.
I know there's a free place way across that river where those wild ponies run and play. One day I'm gonna get there, if it takes me a lifetime of being a slave. Well, in that story, that's Blue, the protagonist, and we have many characters. We have a couple other singers with us. And there's a scene where he runs away to his freedom. Mama Lala shows him through a song where to go across that river to make his way out into the West. Now, there's diaspora, of course, from the South to the North, but not many people realize that over 500,000 blacks, free and slaves, went out west to find their mark. Why? Because the Civil War was on the horizon, and meat was depleted in the East. But there was over 1 million Andalusian cattle, which they labeled Longhorn, and over 1 million wild Mustang horses. If you had the knowledge and the know-how, and you know how to round them up, you could take them to market across that Red River of Texas, 90 miles on that trail to Kansas, put them on a train, stockyard to Chicago. Sounds easy, but being a cowboy was hard work. It's not what you see in the movies. Everyone shows a cowboy with 6 guns and a white hat. Most cowboys never rode with a pistol. It was too much, 9 pounds banging against your thigh as you're going through Mesquite trying to group rope a half wild longhorn on a rank half Mustang pony, it ain't fun. So they use rifles. But they looked for skilled labor. Since there was a lot of the white ranchers and their sons who fought in the Civil War, they hired on and they took on ex-slaves. Why? Because they were good at handling livestock and horses on the plantation. That's who did the work. That's where the word comes from. The overseers used to say to the young boys, go get that cow, boy. That's where the term cowboy comes from. Now, as he runs away, there, the precipice of the plantation is Mama Lila, who took care of him. And she looks up to heaven, and she's praying to God. And I have this lovely, lovely lady with me, Maya Asazeno. Please. She's gonna sing a song I wrote called I Must Believe. I think you'll like it.
And I'm singing from the perspective of Mama Lila, who just lost what she was raised as her son. I have watched another sunrise, 60 years, give or take a few. Sometimes the warmth washes over me, and I know it must be you. I have toiled down here with few complaints, no rest, no reward, knowing some fine day you soon will call me home. Lord, I'm tired of this burden, caring for your children, for I am old and barren, a worn out slave, but still I am a woman. There is no one down here to hold them, to give them strength when I am gone. So I need for you to answer me so I can carry on. See, I must believe that all I've learned about you is true. I must believe, just like before, you're here to see me through. I must believe this living hell has not all been in vain. I must believe that soon you call my name. I have heard pain and anguish that shattered sleepless nights, held those babies to my empty breast and rocked away their fright. Ran these old black hands through woolly hair, kissed their warm brown cheeks, and I sang the songs that praised you, hoping you would keep them safe. I can't keep them from their birthright of servitude and chains. And Lord, I'm getting older now, and soon I'll take their place among the down and trodden, who work their whole long days and live amongst the nameless. Then like me, they'll die like slaves. But I must believe that all I've learned about you is true. I must believe, just like before, you're here to see me through. I must believe this living hell has not all been in vain. I must believe that soon you call my name. When the that soon you'll call my
Oh. I searched high and low for someone who could sing that song the way she does. I haven't found him yet, so I guess I'm stuck with her. That's my Azazena.
Thank you.
Now, out there on those ranches, they would have what they call a roundup, which is a precursor to the rodeo. What they would do is the ranchers would get together. Sometimes ranchers were maybe 100, 150 miles apart from each other. You might not see a neighbor or a friend for a couple of months. But they would bring their best cowboys, their best riders, to ride in these roundups. They call them rodeos, the cattle term. And they would sort out what cattle are theirs, which ones had brands. They bring in the horses, the wranglers would bring them in for the range, brand the ones that were yearlings, the ones that are 2 and 3 year olds, they would take with them on the trail, geld some of them, turn some of the mares loose for the breeding season. And this was called the Circle T, our fictitious ranch where Blue runs away to. I have a song here called Circle T, which shows, it's a little hootenanny of the show. We have a couple dancers in front of us. We juke it, but for the sake of time and because you're here, we're doing the concert version, we'll do this for you, okay?
Hurry up, sign up, walk up to high. I've been working for the Circle T. Best turn I've been from here to Abilene. Put your beer in the wagon when you finish planting. Go grab a plate of beans. Hey, when you're over, try to stay sober and clean.
Hey, cowboy!
What?
Are you ready for a job that's really tough? The winter's cold and the summer's hot. The pay just ain't enough. Hey, cowboy!
What?
Are you ready to ride to Abilene? To country that's infested with the devil's own offspring.
Hurry up, sign up, rope a horse and climb up. You're working for the Circle T. Best start out around here to Abilene. Put your gear in the wagon when you finish branding. Go grab a plate of beans. And when you're over, try to stay sober and clean.
Hey, cowboy!
What?
Are you ready to eat some cattle dust? I go rope one of those broncos over there and show us what you got. Hey, cowboy!
What?
Are you ready? Don't try to be so mean. We're gonna learn from those vaqueros. They're gonna teach us everything. Hey, cowboy!
What?
Are you ready to ride to Abilene? Through country that's infested with the devil's own offspring. Hey, cowboy!
What?
Are you ready? Eat some cattle dust. Now go roll one of those broncs over there, boy, and show me what you got. Saddle up. Now, there was 13 cowboys who usually went on the drive. You had 13 sidemen, backmen, point men. You didn't want to be on the back. They always put the young guys between 12 and 15 in the back because you're just eating cattle dust. They'd say nothing worse than seeing the south end of a northbound cow. And then you had the 2-point guys. They were usually the older gentlemen. And you had a ramrod. Ramrod wasn't a cowboy. He was usually a hired gun. Those of you who are old enough, remember Rawhide? Clint Eastwood was a ramrod. He didn't rope a cow. He didn't know how to break a horse. He didn't speak any dialect other than English language. But he knew how to carry a gun. That's why they hired him. Most cowboys, as I said, did not know how to shoot. What you saw on TV is a myth. They carried rifles. It was too heavy. But the most important person beside the trail boss was the cook or the cookie. We have a song called Mule Skinner. He was a mule skinner when he wasn't hired out on the trails. And this is his story. You still with me? Yeah. It's toward the end of the roundup, and they have about another week before they head out on the trail. And he comes rolling into the Circle T corral, driving this team of mules, 6 of them, yelling and screaming across their heads. This is his story. It was a warm day in autumn. Our crops had done so well. She saddled up her little pinto and took a ride into those hills. I was out back working young stock when her pony galloped up. I said, oh God, please spare me. I saw her lying in the dust, and I remember springtime on the riser when she would lay with me, flowers in her hair. Oh, I remember how she used to love me. I remember. Now I'm just a mule skinner. Bring your wagon home, mule skinner. Why you always strong? It was 3 men, they told me, saddle tramps running from the law. They caught her down by the creek bed and took their turns with her. I walked away from my homestead. I set fire to that empty house. I let the colts and all my mares loose. I've lost my mind, I have no doubt. And I remember springtime on the riser when she would lay with me, flowers in her hair. Oh, I remember how she used to love me. I remember. Now just a mule skinner. Bring your wagon home, mule skinner. Why you always wrong? There's no comfort on my wagon. I curse and crack my whip all day. I cook the grub and mend those cowboys. The trail boss doesn't know my name. So many trails and tears I've traveled. Chisholm, good night to Abilene. But when I close my eyes asleep at night, her pretty face still haunts my dreams. I know what Mama Lana felt, and I know what Mule Skinner felt. The pain of losing someone you love is more than a heart can bear. I remember the day they sold my mama off that plantation. She sat in the back of that wagon as they pulled out of those gates, yelling and screaming out my name and clutching an old baby blanket, which I reckon was mine. I ran after her, and with all the strength my little arms could muster, I tried pulling her off that wagon. But Mama Lala, she just grabbed me and she said,
"It's gonna be all right, son. It's gonna be all right.
It ain't never gonna be all right. It ain't never gonna be all right." Years later, when I ran across that river to my freedom, I reached down in that bag that Mama Lala had given me, and there it was. There was that baby blanket. Even though it's old and tattered, it's more precious to me than all the gold in the world. I miss my mama. Lord, I miss my mama. I miss my mama. I miss my
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh. Okay. Is that me or you? You still with me? Now, 75% of the women on the frontier died in childbirth. Can you believe that? So there was a shortage of women out there. They had an ingenious way of trying to lure them out. What they would do is ranchers and cowpokes and miners and homesteaders, sometimes they were saddled with 3 or 4 children. They would put ads in those Eastern newspapers from Orleans, Charleston, Philadelphia, New York, Boston, Washington, and the ad would read, "Strong, able man looking for a God-fearing woman to come out here and share my life here on the frontier and help me build my future. Signed, Ben Tuller." Well, one of our characters in our story is a wonderful little woman called Little Annie from Philadelphia, whose family died from influenza. She got that letter, took a train out there to Abilene, and he meets her at the station. A hand grabbed the handle of that old leather satchel that contained all her petticoats and dreams. The other clutched that letter from the fella who would get her at the station in old Abilene.
Well, I'm 20 years and 7. My folks have gone to heaven, just a widow without any means. Then I get this message saying, "Please come to Texas, take the stage and leave for Abilene." I'm a mail-order woman, and I'm purchased sight unseen. Well, I'm not much to holler, but still fit as a dollar. When I come, it'll be COD. I'm a mail-order woman,
Well, in our story, if you come and see the play, she steps off that train in Abilene and she's met by this. She's expected to see this handsome man. And she does. His name is Diamond Jenny. He's a car shock in Abilene. When she reaches out her hand, she hears another voice say, Diamond. It's not her. She looks to the side of the depot, and there pulling a wagon with one old mule is a hard, homesteading-looking guy called Ben Tuller. Half his teeth are missing, tobacco char all down his coat and his beard. He takes her 15 miles out to his homestead, where Annie's life becomes a living hell. And I'm out of tune. My bad, excuse me. Boy, bear with me, please. I'm on the range here. Wow. Okay, give me that chord. Hold on. Let me change it again. You still with me? Yeah. Damn.
It's not It's not easy.
I'm terribly sorry, Maya. I should have tuned this up. My bad.
It's not easy to be invisible. Not easy to live in someone else's world.
I have it now.
Remember as a child sitting on the ground with my hair combed in grease, curses on the brow, running around the house, cuts and scrapes on ashy knees. It's not easy to be invisible, not easy to live in someone else's world. Sometimes I can recall dancing in the ball, dressing in silk and lace, kisses on the mouth right behind the house, promising not to say a thing. It's not easy to be invisible, not easy to live in someone else's world. I watch the stars and I pray you'll find me.
Yeah.
Alan Harris.
Hey, baby. We got one more in us, Pat? Okay. That there. Once again, let me introduce everybody before we round this up. This is Alan Grubner on the violin. Shirazette Tennant on the drums. Rick Jermison on the piano. And on bass, Paul Beaudry. And I'm Alan Harris. Well, we're at the end of our little jaunt with you. We have much more to go, more songs, but we're at a time constraint. We're gonna do a song called That There Preacher. Before the roundup, they would have the circuit preacher come around and bless all the cowboys, horses, and cattle before they hit the trail. This is our tune of it, okay?
Round about 9 on a Sunday morn, folks come to town with a buckboard full. Going to a meeting with your best clothes on. You best to bring your victuals. You gotta bring your victuals to the praise God's glory. That there preacher mops his brow and swears, talks that fire and brimstone and another way the red. That there preacher John Brown will never be for the simple folks on a homestead. That there preacher's all you need. When he makes his rounds, marry those couples in early June.
Buries your king, baptizes your brood.
Whoa, that there preacher mops his brow and sweat, talks that fire and brimstone when the Lord will resurrect. That there preacher John Brown you'll never be, for simple folks on a homestead. Yeah, that there preacher's all you need. And they were yelling and dancing, it's gonna get hot. Miss Harrison shaking and then she drops some chicken and salad, baked pie and peas.
The children get candy and play some games.
That there preacher mops his brow and sweat, talks that fire and brimstone when the Lord will resurrect. That there preacher John Brown you'll never be, for simple folks on a homestead. Yeah, that there preacher's all you need. Oh. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
And the preacher couldn't save you while there's always a saloon. Thank you very much for listening. Once again, you want to hear about it? Go check out Pat Harris. Thank you very much. I love you. Thank you.